My friends, welcome back. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was announced about a month ago, and we are pretty hype about it. There's a lot of buzz going around because it was just a major flex on the PlayStation 5 solid-state drive. Casual and hardcore fans alike are very excited for this upcoming game. If you played all the originals, if you played some of the originals, the PS3 ones, even if you just played the PS4 one, no matter where you stand, you might be questioning, what timeline does this take place in? There's two main questions I see coming up with the new game. First of all, who the heck is that female lombax? We will talk about that in an upcoming video, probably the next one. So subscribe and ring the bell. Looking out for that one, we're gonna discuss about her. Secondly, what timeline does this take place in? Is this a sequel to the PS4 game, or is this going back to the original timeline after Into the Nexus? Well, the answer is yes, but no. You see, the PS4 game on the timeline lays exactly on the PS2 2002 game. It's in the same place. It's not a different, it's just the same story told differently through the eyes of Quark. This is like not my opinion. This is exactly what Insomniac said. Not exactly, I'm paraphrasing and explaining it a little differently to make it a little more clear. But it's the same game. If there was going to be a sequel to the PS4 game, it was going to be Going Commando. This is clearly not Going Commando. But you may ask, they could have just taken it and started a new timeline. So why is this not just something new? How do we not know? How do we know? How do we know? Well, there's a few reasons we know that this is not a sequel to the PS4 game. First of all, the PS4 game was all about the Galactic Rangers. Ratchet wanted to be a Galactic Ranger. He had that armor and the ship and everything, and there's all those other side characters. None of that is present in this trailer or gameplay. And you would think, if they wanted to be clear that yes, this is a sequel to the PS4 game, they would have at least... It should have been clear. No Galactic Rangers, no Korra, no... I don't even remember their names. Ratchet is no longer in his Galactic Ranger armor. He's wearing the armor that he's in all the PS3 games. But he is in it also at the start of the PS4 game, but that, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Point is, he's not wearing the Galactic Ranger armor, and there is no sign of any of that shown. Secondly, a little minor thing that I know... Well, actually, somebody on Reddit noticed it, and I took that and ran with it. But if you look in that part where Ratchet and Clank are sliding down that glass in what I speculate to be Meridian City, planet Insomniac featured in Tools of Destruction and Into the Nexus, you'll see in the top right corner, there's a floaty of Ratchet, Clank, and Quark. So first of all, Quark is in the trailer. Just saying. And if you remember the end of the PS4 game, Quark is in prison. Yes, they do kind of foreshadow that he's going to be redeemed, but I think it's more likely that it makes more sense at the end of Nexus, he helps Ratchet and Clank save the day, save the galaxy. They already have it set up to be celebrating him rather than, oh, something just happened in between the games and it starts with them celebrate, because why would they make a floaty if they're not celebrating something, right? Thirdly, a thing that a lot of people are talking about, in the gameplay portion, Clank mentions something about how Dr. Nefarious is back after all these years.
Did Dr. Nefarious really resurface after all these years just to try and take over the universe again?
People are taking that and assuming that that means it is back to the original timeline. However, I would say it works either way, really. I guess because he's last seen in All for One, which was years ago. But this PS5 game, we don't know, I mean, if 4 years have passed in the game's universe or if it's directly after. We don't know, so like it could be years later, and they're talking about how Nefarious is back after all these years from the PS4 game. But so I wouldn't really take that for evidence of it going either way, because it can go either way. Anyways, just some minor points as to why I do not believe this is a PS4 sequel. However, I am quite confident, my money is on it being a brand new game following up the original timeline. However, I will explain exactly how that works later after we get through this portion. So why am I so sure that this is a continuation to the original timeline? Well, first of all, if you notice, there's a lot of reoccurring old planets, such as Sargasso, Tauren 4, I believe, what I believe to be planet Insomniac, and Ardolis. Am I saying that right? From Tools of Destruction. A lot of people thought they saw pirates. Oh, it's Quest for Booty. No, it was not Quest for Booty. That's from Tools of Destruction. Come on, all you fake fans, please. Here I am. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing the planet right. So with these old planets that are in the Polaris Galaxy, which is where Into the Nexus ended, the whole future, all the PS3 games take place in the Polaris Galaxy, and this game is seemingly still in that galaxy. Now, yes, this game is all about dimensional jumping. We do not know if they are jumping out of this galaxy into other galaxies. Now, there is a part where they're flying through what I believe to be an alternative dimension version of Planet Igleac, because I don't recognize it, but it's the same level. It's confusing. In the trailer, it's clearly the same at the end of the trailer, where Clank is abandoned with that female lombax. It's clearly the same level, and it's obviously taken over by Nefarious, but it looks the same as the part where they're sliding down the glass and the gameplay section, so I believe it to be just an alternate version of that, and they just don't recognize it because Nefarious won in that dimension, to be clear. What was my point? Oh yes, there is a Protopet and a Megacorp symbol shown. You might think, oh, it's the Bogon Galaxy. I wouldn't be so sure. In the PS4 game, they also had those things referenced, so it could just be a reference. You know, other galaxies can acknowledge other galaxies and advertise in other galaxies. It's definitely a thing that can happen. It doesn't have to only be in one galaxy, so I wouldn't really take that for much. Again, I do believe that is still Planet Igleac, which is in the Polaris Galaxy. So far, we've only seen planets in the Polaris Galaxy. Again, unknown if we can jump out of this galaxy. I would imagine it's going to take place in alternate versions of just the Polaris Galaxy. Really no way to tell. Absolutely no way to know. But point is, this is in the same galaxy Into the Nexus left off at. And finally, I would say, honestly, the most solid evidence we have. Insomniac liked a tweet. Somebody asked, I hope they do a callback to the original trilogy's timeline. And somebody replied to them, this is the original timeline, it's after Into the Nexus, and they liked that. I mean, you would take liking a tweet as, you know, a grain of salt, but I mean, if they're gonna acknowledge that and be like, yeah, this, I think it's pretty solid, honestly, since they were so clearly, this is the original timeline. Insomniac's like, yes, this. So moving on to the third section of this video, you might be wondering, how does this play out? How does this work with after Into the Nexus? Well, I've been saying it for months and months and months. I believe this is just gonna be the start of something new. Could this be a new trilogy? More games? I think yes. I will do a separate video about that soon as I can. Point is, I believe this is starting fresh, a way for new players or players that only played the PS4 game, which is where they kind of resurged the franchise. You can jump into this game not knowing everything else, and they could either acknowledge it casually as just backstory, or it could just be something completely different. I don't think it will, because the trailer ended on a cliffhanger of a new lombax. So clearly this is going to be heavily about this new lombax, and they know where they left us. I can't imagine that they would tease something as heavy as a new lombax and then not acknowledge the whole lombax fiasco that we're stuck with. But my main comparison here is I want to compare this basically to Tools of Destruction. I think Rift Apart is going to be a sequel to Into the Nexus as Tools of Destruction is a sequel to Deadlocked. Which it really isn't. It's just the same timeline, but they have nothing to do with each other. However, the only difference here is the original PS2 games didn't really have a contingent story or theme, and then the PS3 games introduced that theme. So now, are we going to continue this theme? I think yes, but it'll be reintroduced or just kind of brought up as like casual backstory to just explain in such a way where anybody, casual or hardcore, you'll be on the same page and you'll enjoy it just the same. You'll get what you want. I have a lot of faith. Something to note, they have a lot of writers, I believe, at least more, working on this game, and a lot of them are from Telltale. When that went under, they hired a lot of their writers. I believe the lead writer is the one that wrote Season 3 of The Walking Dead. I've never played that, so if any of you out there have played that, let me know. Was that a good season? Do we like that? Is that a good one? Is that a sign of something good? I haven't played it. I have no idea. But that person, she is the lead writer for this game. So to be frank, I don't know, but I have a lot of faith. Really looking forward to it. It's definitely, they said, a full-length game. This is going to be a full $60 or $70. It might be $70 now with the new games, which is fine. I will pay. I hope they have a collector's edition. I hope they have a PS5 version. I'll pay $1,000. I don't... Whatever you want, Sonic. Whatever you want. However, the most important thing to take away from this video is that you should go in the link in the description and join my Discord and follow me on Twitch. Sorry this video took so long to get out. I have been going through a lot of stuff. There has been a lot going on with me personally, and I'm just super behind on everything. I've been streaming a lot, though. We just finished The Last of Us 2, which will be up shortly, and SpongeBob Rehydrated, which will also be up shortly after that. But join my Discord. I have a lot of fun in there. I talk to you all the time. I jump in the voice chat sometimes, some nights, if I have nothing else better to do or I'm just avoiding making these videos. I'll talk to y'all. Love talking to y'all. You can make me some emotes for Twitch and Discord. Again, really active on Twitch. We just unlocked the subscriber button, so if you're feeling generous, come by, subscribe. Looking forward to it. You also want to follow and subscribe because we're doing the URCP. That's coming back up soon, I promise. We got Ghost of Tsushima coming out really soon, too. I'm going to jump on that. I don't know if I'm going to wait and do Going Commando first or later or at the same time. I don't know, but follow me on Twitter for updates and join the Discord for updates as well. But we are starting Going Commando soon, for those wondering. Trying to get through a lot of Rift Apart videos first. If you're looking for more Ratchet and Clank content, check the playlist in the description as well. Leave a like, comment what you think. Are you excited? Why do you think this is or isn't going to be a continuation of the PS4 game or Into the Nexus? What do you want to see? How do you want the story to go? I want to hear it all. Let me know. I'll look out, read all those comments. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your time. I love you all. I'll see you soon. Peace.